All right, we've all heard the buzz about generative AI, right? It's changing, well, everything. But today, we're going to cut through the hype and see where it's actually making a difference in the real world, specifically in your wallet. We're diving into a fascinating case study from Interactive Brokers. They're one of the biggest online brokerages out there, and we'll see exactly how they're using a ChatGPT-style assistant to completely change the game for traders. But before we get into the tech, I want you to imagine something. Picture this. The market is going absolutely bananas. A huge news story just broke. Stocks are either shooting for the moon or falling off a cliff. And millions of people, just like you, are scrambling to make a trade, check their portfolio, or just figure out what on earth is going on. So what happens when all of them need help at the exact same time? To really appreciate the AI solution, we first need to get a handle on the problem it's solving. Let's talk about something I call the brokerage bottleneck. It's a huge headache in the world of modern finance. Okay, think back to the wild trading days during the pandemic. Remember that chaos? Well, for brokerages, customer service requests just exploded. We're talking call centers getting absolutely swamped, creating this huge traffic jam for investors who needed answers, like right now. When every single second can mean the difference between profit and loss, that's a massive problem. And here's the thing, it's a fundamental mismatch, a total clash of two different worlds. You've got traditional support, which is slow, versus modern trading, which is instantaneous. You've got support that works 9 to 5, but global markets, they're running 24/7. And you've got human agents who can only handle one person at a time up against massive market spikes that generate thousands of questions all at once. The old way of doing things, it's broken. So how do you smash through that bottleneck? Well, you bring in a totally new kind of assistant, one that's powered by that same tech we've all been hearing about nonstop, generative AI. Okay, so the magic behind this is something called a large language model, or LLM for short. And you're probably more familiar with this than you think. If you've ever played around with ChatGPT, you've used an LLM. What makes it so special is that it doesn't just look for keywords like an old school search bar. No, it actually understands context. It gets what you mean. It can have a real back and forth conversation, and for customer service, that is an absolute game changer. So, who's the hero of our story today? It's Interactive Brokers. They're a company that's always been big on technology, and they saw the potential here really early. They decided, hey, let's build our own AI assistant, and they called it iBot. Their mission? To tackle these huge customer support challenges head-on. Now, this wasn't some overnight success story. Not at all. iBot actually got its start way back in 2017. And honestly, it was a much simpler tool back then. And this is the cool part, as the AI technology itself got smarter and more powerful, Interactive Brokers kept upgrading iBot, molding it into the incredibly capable conversational assistant that it is today. All right, so this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at what this thing can actually do, because it's way more than a simple chatbot. It's a full-on trading tool. So let's start with the basics. You can ask it a simple question, something you'd ask all the time. What's my portfolio's performance today? And boom, iBot instantly connects to your account in real time and gives you the answer, just like that. No more clicking through a dozen menus or waiting for a daily statement to generate. Okay, but that's just the warm-up. It gets way more sophisticated. A trader can say something like this: find tech stocks with positive earnings surprises. And what does iBot do? It basically becomes your personal research assistant. It takes that simple conversational request and turns it into a complex scan of the entire market, pulling up exactly the stocks that fit that very specific criteria. Pretty cool, right? And now for the real mind-blowing part, the wow moment. You can literally tell it, buy 100 shares of AAPL at market, and it will do it. We're not just talking about looking up information anymore. This is a complex, high-stakes action, executing a trade, all done through a simple chat command. That is next level. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, you're letting a robot place trades with real money? And you're absolutely right to be thinking about the risks. In the world of finance, a small mistake can have huge financial consequences. So managing that risk isn't just important, it's everything. So what's the number one danger with any of these AI models? It's a phenomenon called hallucination. That's when the AI just makes stuff up. It gives you an answer that sounds super confident and correct, but it's totally wrong. And when you're dealing with money, that's not just a bug. That is completely unacceptable. No way. So to fight this, Interactive Brokers built this incredible multi-layered safety net. Think of it like a series of guardrails. First, the AI has to check its answers against live, real-time data. It's also not trained on the random Wild West of the internet. No, it's only trained on official, curated company documents. It even gives itself a confidence score, and if it's not sure about something, it immediately flags it for a human. And that's the key. A real human expert is always just one click away.
And that leads us to the biggest, most important rule of all. This is a hard and fast boundary. Financial regulators, we're talking the SEC, FINRA, have incredibly strict rules. An AI like iBot is absolutely 100% forbidden from giving you financial advice. It can't tell you what to buy, only by what you tell it to. Its job is to give you facts and follow your direct commands. That's it. It's a bright red line that cannot be crossed, period.
So, when you put all these pieces together, you've got the raw power of the AI, the robust safety features, and the strict regulatory rules. What you get is, well, it's nothing short of a revolution in customer service. What you end up with is this really smart hybrid model. The AI takes care of all the high-volume, repetitive stuff. You know, the what's my balance or how do I reset my password kind of questions. And that frees up the human experts to use their brainpower on the really tricky, complex problems, the stuff where their expertise truly matters. Oh, and here's a huge one, a massive benefit. The support is now available 24/7. Think about it. For a global company with customers trading in different time zones all around the world at all hours, having smart, instant help available anytime you need it, that's a giant leap for the customer experience. So let's just recap the impact here, because it's pretty clear. Efficiency goes through the roof because the AI can handle basically unlimited questions at the same time. The customer experience is completely transformed. You get instant answers, no more waiting on hold. And the employees, their jobs actually get better. They move away from boring, repetitive stuff and get to focus on high-level problem solving. It's really a win-win-win.
Look, what this case study really shows us is a glimpse of a future that's, well, it's already here. It's a model where AI isn't about replacing people, but about elevating them. The AI handles the massive scale, which lets the humans handle the nuanced complexity. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Is every company's next employee going to be an AI?